Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Mildred, your board-certified pediatrician and children's behavioral coach. I coach parents of children with challenging behaviors to better support and manage them. So today I'm coming to talk to you guys about temper tantrums. All right, so temper tantrums are also known as meltdowns or hissy fits. They are pretty much emotional outbursts that young children and toddlers have. It includes screaming, crying, being defiant, being stubborn, and even some kids even get physical and hit, bite, those kinds of things. It is a very common complaint or behavioral complaint in children. It is a normal way, so let me say this again, this is a normal way for kids, little kids, to express frustration. It usually gets better as kids get older. They usually get more mature, and they usually decrease until the point of going away. If they can continue outside of the normal range, then you have to wonder about other disease processes or conditions like possibly autism or developmental delay or intellectual delays or ADHD, ODD, those kinds of things will be what you have to think of if they go on beyond that toddler, early school age years. So a lot of triggers are being told no, not getting their way. Maybe they have a new sibling and they're jealous. So these are kind of things that usually cause children to have temper tantrums. They are used for attention most of the time. So it doesn't matter what kind of attention. Even bad attention is still attention. So the biggest thing I tell parents is to ignore them. I know that sounds easier said than done, but remember what I said. Attention, even bad attention, is attention nonetheless, okay? So if they don't have an audience, then what's the point of continuing the tantrum, right? So if you just ignore them, I always tell parents to be sure that your child is safe. So first of all, make sure that they're in a safe place, a safe environment. So that can either be, in their room, as long as you can see them. You don't want to give them attention, so make sure that you can see them out of the corner of the eye. Don't let them know that you're watching them. That's the whole point. And you'll see that if you don't give them the attention that they're trying to get, that the temper tantrums are really short and they're going to happen a lot less often, okay? Let's see. Usually what I recommend is telling kids that, wait a minute, you can go in your room if that's the place that you've deemed safe. And when you feel like talking, and you're done with your screaming and crying, then you can come back and talk. The other thing is you want to kind of teach kids how to better deal with frustration. All of us get frustrated. So better ways is asking for help, encouraging them to use their words, because oftentimes little kids don't have a lot of words yet. So they're not talking a whole lot. So when they get frustrated and we as adults don't understand what they're frustrated about, oftentimes that can lead to some of that frustration. So you want to encourage them to use their words. Let's see, what else? Let me check my notes here because I know it's more that I wanted to tell you guys about. Okay, just remembered. So head banging is something that parents often ask me about when it comes to temper tantrums. Yes, during the temper tantrums, you'll see kids head bang. So they pretty much take their head and bang it on the floor. So parents always ask me about, is that going to hurt the child? Is that going to harm the child? Well, the thing about head banging is if you ever really truly pay attention to a child that's head banging, they are not truly hitting their head hard enough to hurt themselves. If you pay attention, they're keeping their neck stiff and they're banging like this so they don't hit their heads too hard. Kids are very smart, and we often underestimate how intelligent they really are. So now this only goes for normal children. So now if you have a child, or if we're talking about children that have any type of true behavioral, developmental, or sensory issues, then head banging, they may not have that control that a normal child will have. So this is only talking about normal children without true, brain damage or developmental delays and those kinds of things. Those kids are totally different beasts that we're talking about, and they can headbang and they can hurt themselves. So my big take-home messages are to ignore the temper tantrums. Do not give them that attention, and you will see that those temper tantrums become shorter and shorter and less often. The second thing is make sure that you can see them in a safe place, whatever that place is you deem as safe. And the tantrums, I promise you, will decrease. Okay? Remember, normal frustration, normal way to express it. We just have to encourage kids to express their frustration in a more healthy way by using their words and asking for help. Let me see. Hi, Valerie. How are you? It's good to see you. Thanks for joining me tonight. So I don't see any questions today. So if you guys have any questions, please put them in the chat. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions about temper tantrums. That's what we were talking about today. So if you guys don't get to ask me questions live, just send me messages and I'll be more than happy to respond. So you can catch me here live 7 p.m. Eastern every Thursday with a different topic ranging from general pediatrics to behavioral issues. Until that time, connect with me across all social media at Dr. Mildred Peeds. That's Dr. Dr. Mildred, Mildred, Peeds, Peds. Your kids deserve it. So connect with me. Have a good evening.